People often fall into the trap of believing that time is abundant, that they have all the days in the world to pursue their goals, and that someday, when the conditions are perfect, they will finally take action. This illusion of unlimited time is one of the greatest obstacles preventing people from chasing their dreams. The reality is that every second that passes is a second that can never be recovered. Yet, many people continue to delay their ambitions, convincing themselves that they are waiting for the right moment. The problem with this mindset is that the right moment never comes. Life is unpredictable and circumstances will never be perfect. Those who succeed do not wait for ideal conditions. They take action despite uncertainty, fear, and imperfection. One of the biggest reasons people postpone their dreams is the belief that they need to be fully prepared before they start. They tell themselves that they need more experience, more money, better skills, or the right network before they can take that first step. But the truth is, nobody ever feels completely ready. Even the most accomplished individuals started without knowing everything. The key is to start where you are, with what you have, and learn along the way. Growth happens through action, not through endless preparation. Waiting for the perfect time is just an excuse that allows people to avoid the discomfort of taking risks and facing challenges. Fear is another major reason why people hesitate to chase their dreams. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown can be paralyzing. Society often reinforces these fears by promoting the idea that failure is something to be ashamed of rather than a stepping stone to success. However, failure is not the enemy. Every successful person has faced setbacks, made mistakes, and learned valuable lessons from their failures. Instead of avoiding failure, people should embrace it as a necessary part of growth. The true failure is never trying at all. The regret of not taking action is far worse than the temporary disappointment of failing and learning from the experience. Self-doubt is another common barrier that prevents people from taking action. Many individuals struggle with thoughts like, "Am I good enough?" or "What if I don't succeed?" This type of thinking can be crippling, leading to procrastination and missed opportunities. The reality is that every person who has ever achieved something great has had moments of doubt. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people push forward despite their doubt. They understand that confidence is not something that appears overnight. It is built through action and persistence. The more steps people take toward their goals, the more their self-confidence grows. Comfort zones are another major reason why people delay their dreams. Staying in familiar routines and avoiding challenges may feel safe, but it also prevents growth. The longer someone stays in their comfort zone, the harder it becomes to break free. True growth and transformation happen when people step into the unknown, take risks, and challenge themselves to do things they have never done before. This does not mean making reckless decisions, but rather embracing discomfort as a sign of progress. When people push themselves beyond their perceived limits, they discover strengths and abilities they never knew they had. External pressures also play a significant role in keeping people from chasing their dreams. Many individuals are influenced by societal expectations, family opinions, or cultural norms that discourage them from taking risks. They are told to follow a traditional path, to seek stability, and to avoid uncertainty. While security is important, it should not come at the cost of one's true passions and aspirations. At the end of the day, no one else has to live with the consequences of a person's choices, except that person. Living a life that pleases others, but does not fulfill one's own dreams, can lead to deep regret. Regret is one of the most painful emotions a person can experience. When people reach the later stages of their lives, they do not regret the things they tried and failed at. They regret the things they never attempted. They think about the dreams they abandoned, the opportunities they let slip away, and the chances they never took. It is far better to try and fail than to never try at all. At least when someone tries, they gain experience, learn valuable lessons, and grow as a person. But when they never try, they are left with nothing but the haunting question of, what if? Time is the most valuable resource anyone has. Unlike money or possessions, time is something that can never be recovered once it is gone. Every second that passes is a second closer to the end of one's life. This is not meant to be a depressing thought, but rather a wake-up call. The realization that time is limited should serve as motivation to take action now rather than later. Every moment wasted on indecision and hesitation is a moment that could have been used to make progress toward a dream. Shifting one's mindset from waiting to acting is one of the most powerful changes a person can make. Instead of thinking, "I will do it later," people should start thinking, "I will do it now." Developing a sense of urgency creates momentum and helps overcome procrastination. One effective way to create this urgency is to set clear deadlines. Instead of saying, "I want to start a business someday," a person should say, "I will launch my first product in 3 months." Having a timeline forces people to take concrete steps rather than endlessly postponing their goals. Another important mindset shift is changing how people view failure. Instead of seeing it as a reason to quit, they should see it as a learning experience. Every mistake provides valuable insights that bring a person closer to success. The most successful individuals in history did not achieve greatness because they never failed. They achieved greatness because they refused to let failure stop them. The key is to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Taking the first step is always the hardest part of any journey. Many people feel overwhelmed when thinking about the big picture, which can lead to paralysis and inaction. The solution is to focus on small, manageable actions. If someone wants to write a book, they can start by writing 1 page a day. If someone wants to start a business, they can begin by researching their industry and creating a simple plan. Small actions add up over time and create momentum. The most important thing is to stop overthinking and just start. Once action is taken, it becomes easier to keep going. Every second counts, and every moment is an opportunity to move closer to a dream. Waiting for the right time is a mistake that can lead to a lifetime of regret. Fear, self-doubt, and external pressures will always exist, but they should not be excuses for inaction. The only way to overcome these barriers is to take the first step, no matter how small. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about making the moment right. Life is short, and the time to act is now. Fear and self-doubt are two of the most powerful forces that keep people from chasing their dreams. They create an invisible cage that traps individuals in hesitation, causing them to delay or even abandon their aspirations. The mind becomes filled with thoughts of failure, embarrassment, and worst-case scenarios. This mental resistance can be so strong that it prevents people from even taking the first step. However, the only way to break free from this cycle is to confront these fears head-on and shift one's mindset from hesitation to action. Fear is a natural human emotion. It exists to protect us from danger and ensure our survival. In the past, fear helped our ancestors avoid life-threatening situations, such as wild animals or natural disasters. But in today's world, fear has taken a different form. Instead of running from physical dangers, people now fear failure, rejection, embarrassment, and the unknown. These fears are not life-threatening, yet they have the power to control lives just as strongly as any physical threat. The problem is not fear itself, but how people respond to it. Those who achieve great things do not live without fear. They have simply learned how to move forward despite it. One of the most common fears that holds people back is the fear of failure. Society often portrays failure as something shameful, something to be avoided at all costs. From a young age, people are taught that mistakes are bad, that failure is a sign of incompetence, and that success should be achieved without setbacks. This conditioning creates a fear-based mindset. where individuals avoid risks in order to protect themselves from failure. However, this way of thinking is completely backward. In reality, failure is an essential part of success. It is through mistakes and setbacks that people learn, grow, and refine their skills. The most successful people in history, from Thomas Edison to Oprah Winfrey, have all experienced multiple failures before reaching their achievements. They did not succeed despite failure, but because of it. Another fear that keeps people stuck is the fear of judgment. Many individuals worry excessively about what others will think if they take a risk and fail. This fear is rooted in the need for social acceptance. People want to be liked, respected, and admired, and the thought of being laughed at or criticized can be terrifying. But the truth is, no matter what a person does, there will always be critics. Whether someone succeeds or fails, people will have opinions. Trying to please everyone is a losing battle. Instead of fearing judgment, individuals should shift their focus to what truly matters: their own personal growth, happiness, and fulfillment. Those who achieve greatness understand that they cannot let the opinions of others dictate their choices. Another major psychological barrier is self-doubt. People often ask themselves, "Am I good enough? Do I have what it takes?" This internal dialogue can be paralyzing, causing individuals to underestimate their abilities and avoid opportunities. Self-doubt can be particularly destructive because it does not come from an external source, it comes from within. The mind becomes an enemy, planting seeds of uncertainty and insecurity. However, self-doubt is not based on reality. It is simply a mental habit formed over time. The truth is, nobody starts as an expert. Every skilled person was once a beginner, and confidence is built through experience. The only way to overcome self-doubt is to take action and prove to oneself that success is possible. One way to combat fear and self-doubt is to reframe failure as feedback. Instead of seeing mistakes as signs of incompetence, individuals should view them as valuable lessons. Every failure provides insight into what works and what doesn't. By analyzing setbacks and adjusting strategies, people can improve and get closer to their goals. This mindset shift removes the fear associated with failure and replaces it with curiosity and resilience. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" a person should ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" Another powerful technique is visualization. Many elite athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers use visualization to overcome fear and self-doubt. By mentally rehearsing success, individuals can train their minds to believe in their own capabilities. When the brain repeatedly sees a positive outcome, it becomes easier to take real-life action. Visualization helps create a sense of familiarity and confidence, making intimidating tasks feel more achievable. Developing a growth mindset is also essential. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities are limited, that intelligence and talent are set traits. This belief leads to avoidance of challenges and fear of failure. In contrast, those with a growth mindset understand that skills can be developed through effort and learning. They see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. This simple but powerful shift in perspective can transform the way people approach their dreams. Instead of fearing obstacles, they begin to embrace them as necessary steps in the journey to success. Taking small, consistent steps is another effective way to overcome fear. Many people feel overwhelmed by the enormity of their dreams, which leads to paralysis. Instead of focusing on the big picture, breaking goals down into smaller, manageable steps makes them feel more achievable. For example, if someone wants to start a business but is afraid of failure, they can begin by researching their industry, networking with professionals, or testing small ideas before committing fully. Each small action builds momentum and gradually reduces fear. Another important factor is building a strong support system. Surrounding oneself with encouraging and like-minded individuals can make a huge difference. Fear and self-doubt thrive in isolation, but when people share their aspirations with supportive friends, mentors, or communities, they gain confidence and motivation. Seeking guidance from those who have already achieved similar goals can provide reassurance and valuable advice. Additionally, facing fear directly is often the most effective way to diminish its power. Fear thrives in avoidance. The longer people run from it, the stronger it becomes. But when individuals confront their fears head-on, they realize that the worst-case scenario is often not as bad as they imagined. Whether it's public speaking, starting a business, or pursuing a passion, the more exposure a person has to their fears, the less intimidating they become. People must also learn to detach their self-worth from their outcomes. Many individuals tie their sense of value to their achievements, believing that failure makes them unworthy. This mindset is dangerous because it creates unnecessary pressure and fear. The truth is, success or failure does not define a person's worth. True confidence comes from knowing that one's value is not dependent on external achievements, but on personal integrity, effort, and growth. Taking action is the most critical step in achieving any dream. Many people spend years planning, preparing, and thinking about their goals, but never take the necessary steps to bring them to life. They believe that someday they will feel ready, that circumstances will align perfectly, or that inspiration will strike at just the right moment. But in reality, success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who act. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who do not is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is the ability to take consistent action despite fear, uncertainty, and setbacks. One of the biggest obstacles that prevent people from taking action is overthinking. Many individuals get stuck in a cycle of analysis paralysis, where they spend so much time weighing their options, considering potential problems, and planning for every possible outcome, that they never actually start. While preparation is important, there comes a point where planning turns into procrastination. The truth is, no one can predict every challenge or be fully prepared for every situation. The only way to learn and grow is by doing. Taking imperfect action is always better than waiting for the perfect moment. Another common mistake people make is believing that motivation is the key to action. They wait to feel inspired before they begin, thinking that once motivation strikes, they will be able to move forward effortlessly. However, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, often influenced by mood, external circumstances, and energy levels. Relying on motivation alone leads to inconsistency, which is the enemy of success. Instead, people must develop discipline, the ability to take action even when they do not feel like it. Discipline is built through habit and repetition. The more someone commits to taking action every day, the easier it becomes. Developing the habit of taking action requires breaking down big goals into small, manageable steps. Many people feel overwhelmed when they think about their dreams because they focus too much on the end result rather than the process. For example, someone who wants to write a book might feel discouraged by the idea of writing 300 pages. But instead of focusing on the entire book, they can start by writing just 1 page a day. Over time, these small actions add up to big achievements. Consistency is just as important as taking action. Many people start working toward their dreams with enthusiasm, only to lose momentum when they face obstacles or when the initial excitement fades. Success is not about doing something once in a while. It is about doing it regularly, even when progress seems slow. The most successful individuals are not necessarily the most talented, but they are the ones who refuse to quit. They understand that consistency is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up too soon. One powerful strategy for staying consistent is creating a routine. When an action becomes part of a daily or weekly habit, it requires less mental effort. For example, if someone wants to improve their fitness, setting a specific time each day for exercise makes it easier to stick with the habit. The more structured a routine is, the less likely someone is to skip important steps toward their goal. Another effective method for maintaining consistency is tracking progress. When people can see how far they have come, they are more motivated to keep going. This could be as simple as keeping a journal, using a progress tracking app, or setting milestones along the way. Celebrating small wins helps build momentum and reinforces the habit of taking action. Many people struggle with consistency because they expect instant results. In today's fast-paced world, people are conditioned to seek immediate gratification. They want quick fixes, shortcuts, and overnight success. However, real success takes time. Those who achieve great things understand that progress is often slow and that patience is required. They trust the process and keep moving forward, even when they do not see immediate rewards. Another challenge that prevents people from staying consistent is the fear of setbacks. Many individuals start with enthusiasm but get discouraged when they face obstacles or make mistakes. However, setbacks are a natural part of any journey. Instead of seeing them as failures, people should view them as learning experiences. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, improve strategies, and build resilience. Accountability is another key factor in maintaining consistency. When people hold themselves accountable, either by setting deadlines, sharing their goals with others, or working with a mentor, they are more likely to follow through. Having someone to check in with can provide motivation and prevent procrastination. One of the most important lessons about taking action and staying consistent is that momentum builds upon itself. When someone takes the first step, no matter how small, it creates a ripple effect. One action leads to another, and before they know it, they are making progress toward their goal. The hardest part is starting, but once momentum is built, it becomes easier to keep going. Taking action also requires embracing uncertainty. Many people hesitate to move forward because they are afraid of the unknown. They want guarantees, assurances that everything will go according to plan. But in reality, no one can predict the future. Those who succeed are not the ones who have everything figured out from the beginning, but the ones who are willing to step into uncertainty and learn as they go. Another important aspect of taking action is surrounding oneself with the right influences. The people one spends time with can either support or hinder progress. Negative, doubtful, or unmotivated individuals can drain energy and create self-doubt. On the other hand, being around ambitious, driven, and supportive people can inspire action and reinforce commitment to one's goals. A crucial lesson in staying consistent is avoiding perfectionism. Many people delay taking action because they want everything to be perfect. They hesitate to start a business because they want the perfect business plan, or they avoid launching a project because they are afraid it is not good enough. But perfectionism is just another form of procrastination. No one ever gets it right on the first try. Progress is more important than perfection. The key is to start, learn, and improve along the way. It is also important to stay adaptable. Sometimes plans do not work out as expected, and adjustments are needed. Instead of seeing this as failure, successful people embrace flexibility. They are willing to pivot, try new approaches, and keep moving forward, even when circumstances change. In the end, the most important thing is to just start. Thinking, planning, and dreaming will not bring results, only action will. The longer people wait, the harder it becomes. The sooner they take that first step, the sooner they will see progress. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about making the moment right through action and consistency. Success is not determined by how talented or intelligent a person is. It is determined by their ability to persist despite obstacles, setbacks, and failures. The world is full of people who had great ideas, incredible potential, and ambitious dreams, but they gave up too soon. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not just hard work, it is the refusal to quit. No matter how difficult the journey becomes, those who keep pushing forward eventually reach their destination. The path to success is never a straight line. It is full of challenges, roadblocks, and unexpected difficulties. Many people start with enthusiasm, but when they face their first major setback, they begin to doubt themselves. They wonder if they are capable, if their dreams are realistic, or if they should quit while they still can. This is the moment that separates true winners from everyone else. The ones who keep going despite their doubts are the ones who ultimately achieve their goals. One of the biggest reasons people give up is because they expect instant results. We live in a world of immediate gratification. People want success overnight, whether it is in business, fitness, or personal growth. When they do not see quick progress, they assume that they are failing. However, success takes time. Those who accomplish great things understand that persistence is key. They know that real progress is slow and that every small step forward matters. Another major reason people quit is because they fear failure. They believe that failing is a sign that they are not good enough or that their dream is impossible. But in reality, failure is simply part of the journey. Every successful person has failed multiple times before reaching their goal. Thomas Edison, for example, failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination before he built an empire. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before Harry Potter became one of the most successful book series in history. These individuals succeeded not because they avoided failure, but because they refused to let failure stop them. Failure is not the end, it is a stepping stone. Every mistake, every rejection, and every setback teaches valuable lessons. Those who persist learn from their failures, adjust their strategies, and come back stronger. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to quit, they see it as an opportunity to improve. One of the most important qualities of persistence is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. Sometimes things do not go as planned. Unexpected challenges arise, financial difficulties appear, or personal struggles get in the way. Many people use these hardships as an excuse to give up. They tell themselves that life is unfair or that their dream is not meant to be. But those who are truly committed do not let obstacles define them. They find a way to keep going, no matter what. Resilience is about adapting to challenges rather than being defeated by them. When one path does not work, persistent individuals find another. If a business idea fails, they try again with a different approach. If they get rejected from a job, they apply to another one. They refuse to accept defeat as the final outcome. Another important aspect of persistence is self-belief. Many people give up because they stop believing in themselves. They let self-doubt take over, convincing themselves that they are not capable, not talented enough, or not lucky enough. But self-belief is one of the most powerful forces in achieving success. If a person does not believe in their own ability, they will never take the necessary risks or push through difficult times. Successful individuals do not allow self-doubt to control them. Even when they feel uncertain, they push forward anyway. Building self-belief takes practice. One way to strengthen it is by looking at past achievements. Every person has overcome challenges before. Remembering moments of perseverance, whether big or small, helps reinforce the mindset that anything is possible. Additionally, surrounding oneself with positive influences, mentors, supportive friends, and inspiring role models can help strengthen belief in one's own abilities. Setting clear goals is another crucial element of persistence. Without a clear vision, it is easy to lose motivation and direction. Those who persist have a strong sense of purpose. They know what they are working toward, and they remind themselves of their goals every day. Writing down goals, creating vision boards, or setting milestones can help keep motivation high. Persistence also requires managing emotions effectively. The journey to success is full of emotional highs and lows. There will be moments of excitement, frustration, disappointment, and joy. Many people quit because they let negative emotions take over. They feel discouraged and assume they will never succeed. But emotions are temporary. Just because someone feels unmotivated today does not mean they will feel that way forever. Learning to push forward even when emotions are low is a key skill of persistent individuals.